Hey, Mike.
Hey, man, what's up?
And we're back.
Only a minute later.
Only a minute later. Just make sure you watch these back to back. I guess you can watch them in any order. It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
So yeah, there was much discussion how we were going to do this just because of how much we love Sam. But we ended up deciding, Mike ended up deciding, and I agree, doing the remastered first and then doing these side by side. Could we have done them blind? Probably.
I felt, honestly, it was, now, just to let people know, this is about a month out of date.
Yep.
It said best before June. I really feel like if we did it blind and we had a preference, so it's not fair, no matter what, to do it with a beer that is not technically
Passes Best Buy.
Yeah, well, that is technically passes Best
Yeah,
Buy,
I
suppose. So I felt like I wanted to review this beer as an island on its own, which is, sorry, this is the remaster right here. And then I thought we could have some fun after and compare it to a Boston Lager that's just barely past its age, and just kind of have some fun with it instead of it being something where we kind of being dinks about stuff.
Yeah.
Just my idea.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
If it was a little fresher, maybe we would have, but
Yeah.
it's not. You're right. It's not fair. Because what's the Best Buy in this? This just came out. Because what is there? This is Best Buy November.
Yeah. But I also, I really feel like I kind of wanted to give this one its own
Fair shake. Yeah.
fair shake instead of just like while I'm drinking, I'm like, which one is that? Oh, and playing that game in my head.
And it wouldn't have been fair even if we did this first, then immediately did a blind.
Yep.
Because this would have been so fresh in our minds, it probably would have been too easy to pick.
100%. Yep. So we're just going to kind of have a little fun with this. We're going to enjoy the Sam, hopefully, that we've always loved. And
But, that's outside the glass.
Okay.
That was from Cellarfest. That was
okay.
written on it. And if you didn't watch the first video yet, I don't think it matters which order you watch them in. We got this beer from my buddy Jeff that had it in his cooler, and I was...
This one here.
Yes, the old style.
Yep. So, I mean, the color's the same, just about. This one has some
I would.
some condensation, but the color. I mean, there's no discernible difference.
It's pretty much the same. Same SRM if we're gonna be technical. Headwise, a little harder to get head on a taster glass, but
I poured very aggressively here. I can't pour aggressively in this; it's not going to do well. So,
you got a nose?
Let's do it. Or it's just spilled on the floor.
Yeah,
My bad.
Whatever. This does seem to have a more lemony, hoppier bite on the nose than this does.
But it's not like a huge difference. You
No,
know what I mean?
It's not the way my brain remembered it. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying is I've had like beers I love from like say Treehouse or Trillium like month to month, like different batches, and had a bigger difference. I'm just saying.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I would say yeah.
I mean, dude, remember that green we had?
Oh god,
That was atrocious.
that was.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. So let's get a taste, man.
Let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers, bud. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right, the mouthfeel in this is just a little fuller. Just a little fuller. It says the IBUs are the same. This one has a much more pronounced hop.
Yeah,
bite
and it's
to me.
way older, so like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's not that big a difference, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a difference. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like some Julius to Julius or some like some Congress Street to Congress Street. You know what I mean? Like we've had some jarring differences. It's different, but not in any way that's gonna bug me.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest is the hop bite, but when you go back from this, when you go from this to this to back to this, there is hop in this, but it's more of a. It's gonna sound weird. It's more of a bitterness, whereas this is you get more hop flavor.
Yeah, I know they don't use. I said it even with this one, I guess, but I know they don't actually use Cascade. They use some like proprietary thing,
Right.
But it tastes a lot like Cascade to me, and this one tastes like Cascade.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, but you know, like you do get some toastiness here. You get more toastiness in this one, and I think it's because of this just a slightly scaled back bitterness, or at least how I'm perceiving the bitterness. But I'm telling you right now, they're both delicious. I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Yeah, no, I like for the last few weeks since it came out, I've been like kind of like
We've been
shitting all over it to Mike. And like I've been like sticking it in his head. I'm like, you're not gonna like the remastered one. You're not gonna like the remastered one. You better not like it. 'Cause I don't like it. And here I am, like, all right, I guess it's not that bad.
I do think this is just a little lighter on the palate. I think this is just a hint, like it's just a little fuller, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's discernible. It's not like we're. It's not like it's like, oh, sorry. This is certainly lighter. I do think that it's still cascadey, but I feel like it's just a little fruitier. You get a little more lemon, a little more grapefruit, like rind, just a little bit. This one here, it's more it's more pronounced bitter, in a way that I like. I like when my my Viennas are a little more bitter. That's my preference on them. In that they're not always bitter either, so I'll put that right out there. But I do actually like the hop character in this one.
It is an interesting way that you like them both.
I like them both. Yeah.
And this begs the question, or at least for me, was this necessary when breweries change especially staple beers?
Well, it might have been something where they're saying, "Oh, we're making changes." It could have been something where some part of the
production,
it could be something that changed. It could be something that they just can't quite get that same hop. It means maybe they can't quite get some aspect, like, or maybe the crop of their malt was not good. Like, it could be or not the same. It could have been something, and I don't know. I'm not hanging around with Jim Cook or anything, but I don't think it's. I mean, if Budweiser made a slight change to their product, people. Let's not talk about them. If Miller made a slight change to their product, people would flip out. It might have been worth just kind of saying, "Hey, we made a small change," and kind of giving people a heads up.
Yeah, I get that makes sense. But if that's the case, we made a small change, but don't come off like you did it on purpose.
Well, no, but maybe what I'm saying is, like, you're saying, was it necessary to make the change? Maybe they feel it was.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just something that, like, they felt like, hey, because I think this is, it's not fruity. I'm not putting it like that, but it definitely is slightly more on the lemony, which you did point out. It's slightly more lemony, and the grapefruit's a little more grapefruity. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a Vienna. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely an amber lager. But I wonder if they were just sort of trying to slightly geared toward palates that are much more toward that citrus IPAs. Maybe the sales for this were tapering, and they were just kind of making small adjustments instead of like a huge course correct. Maybe they just this speculation.
No, I know. I agree. Like in this, and I haven't had the new Fat Tire yet, but the new Fat Tire is like sounds like they did a whole different beer. Like it looks different.
That's what I heard.
Like this is at least a little bit different. Like, is this as different as George Lucas going back and remastering special editions of Star Wars?
No,
that was a lot.
No, honestly, it's like doing a little bit of color correction. That's it.
Yeah. We're gonna remaster, make the colors look a little, make them pop a little bit, make it a little clearer, sharpen it up a little bit. We're not adding extra CGI and whatnot into it, but I am really glad we did it this way because I asked Mike, he said it. I've been kind of poo-pooing on it for the last few weeks since I first tried it. Been like, this isn't the beer I remember. I'm like an old curmudgeon, and I guarantee in about a year or two, I'm not really gonna think anything of it.
Yeah, the thing is, it's different, but it's not like nothing crazy. Like, honestly, like, if I didn't have this for 2 years and I had one, I'm like, that's weird. That's probably what it was. I don't remember. Sure. Sean, you can't not do it. You can't not do it. So now I have to.
Yeah, you do.
I hate Sean. This is the stuff that might end Nerdsense.
I don't know why I sipped it without going to the nose. I don't think that's better. It's very rare that the cuvee is not better.
I mean,
it's good.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I like both.
Yeah, I do too.
You know,
Like I'm not as. I guess now that I'm not mad anymore, I guess we can just. I guess we can just say, bring back the Boston Ale.
no
Can we talk about that?
crap. Boston Ale is awesome. Bring it back, Sam. Jesus.
Or Black Lager? Didn't Black Lager come back in? No, they came back in mixed packs.
Oh, is that what it was? I know that there was like a vote to bring something back, and that didn't win the vote.
Black Lager, I think it was a White Ale that came back in the mixed packs. No, it's a Black Lager, I think.
Oh, yeah, White Ale I have not seen.
Yeah, it was Black Lager. But yeah, Boston Ale.
I love Boston Ale. I miss. I would go when I would go to your place when you were living downtown.
Yep.
And I'll stop at that little.
It was the only place that ever had it.
Yeah, that
because they had probably because Sam Adams discontinued it many years before, and we never noticed because that's the only place we bought it.
But it was still delicious.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, love that. I love Boston Ale. Yep.
But yeah, down in the comments, have you tried these side by side? What do you think of the new one? What do you think? What do you think of regular Boston Lager? Did you even like it? It's pretty clear that we loved it, and I'm not in love with this yet, but love takes time, right?
100%. But I just don't like. It's different, but not dramatically or anything. You know, I think all the things I loved about this beer are still here in some form, just not in the same amounts. You know, I like it.
It's still going to be the best option if you go to one of those places that has Miller Lite, Busch Light, all that stuff, and that's the only crafty option they have is Boston Lager next to Blue Moon. Blue Moon's not craft. I guess the argument is.
Yeah, but also sometimes if you sometimes when you're just having a hamburger, you just want to. This is kind of what I'm looking for sometimes. You know, I'm not looking for an IPA. Maybe something like Longhammer that would go something that's old school kind of.
I miss Longhammer.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be going for a New England IPA option with a hamburger. That's just not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something probably a little more traditional is the wrong word, but I'm looking for something that is more malt and
yeah. I get that. No, I get it. Oh, jeez, I just kicked the big honking bottle opener.
Still delicious.
It is still delicious. So go out, try it. Let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know what you think. If you can find the extra ones, compare it. Have fun. Do whatever you need to do. I wonder if there are more that are fresher than this still sitting out there somewhere.
Dude, I'd look.
Yeah,
I never see him.
Yeah, I don't either. But anyways, down in the comments, nerdsense.net, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, those are things. Comment, subscribe, those notification bells so you can find me posting new videos. And I'm Sean.
I'm Mike.
And this is Nerdsense.